gonna go live. It always makes me nervous when I don't do a countdown though, because I'm obviously live and I don't know when it starts. And I just wait for people to be like, we can hear you. Okay. Hi. Everyone's like, what is this? Hello, you guys. How are you? I see people are already here. So I know first of all, I am sorry. I said every Tuesday and I did not keep that promise. But I love this community because you guys do not get mad at me. You're just like, she'll come when she comes. So I appreciate that. Today we have Brendan here with us. So I don't think, besides the collab, I don't think I have ever had you on my channel.
Well, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
I needed to do this sooner. So why don't you go ahead and tell people about yourself and your own channel?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Welcome, Navigating YouTube community. My name is Brendan Sparks. Side note, I'm active duty. And so in this world of craziness, I am also a YouTuber like many of you. And so my channel is similar to Tiffany's in a different way, right? But yeah, helping YouTubers grow. And my shift now is really just trying to help people through it and keep people from burnout. And on my channel, we do weekly channel reviews now every Sunday. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. And I have a crazy journey, which led me to where I am today. And I'm sure that goes for many of you as well. So I'm just happy to be here, Tiffany. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. It was like last minute. I was just like, hey, I'm going live tomorrow. Do you want to join? He's like, yes.
Yes. Yes.
I know. And then I always feel bad because you'll do the same thing. And I'm like always in the middle of something. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could have. But I'm like, sorry.
Yep. No, I get it.
Yeah. And I feel like too, our stories are similar as far as like niche, although you were more into the family content, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I feel like our niches are similar. I feel like our thought process on YouTube is really similar. So it was one of the reasons why I wanted to ask you to come on, because you see things sometimes that I don't when you do channel reviews, and I absolutely love that. So hopefully this will help them out a little bit more. Warning though, you've come to my side of the internet, so you're going to get a lot of motherhood channels.
Yeah.
Whole new world over here. Yeah, right. Okay, guys. So I have not deleted any of the responses. So if you guys filled out the form originally, it is still there. It doesn't matter if you did it at the beginning of the month, if you did it last week, I still have your channel and I know exactly where I left off. And then if you want to get your channel reviewed and you have not filled out the form, let me drop that in the chat really quick before I forget. I also took this idea from you. The forms work so much better. So thank you, Brendan, for
simplifies things a little bit.
Yeah. I'm like, everything's all in one spot. You just know where I left off. Yeah, I love it. Okay. And then again, if you guys are watching the replay, I will at the end of this go through and mark where your channel review is. You do not need to be present for a channel review. You do not need to do a super chat or super sticker or any of those super things for a channel review. I appreciate those, but channel reviews are just by the form. So if you fill out the form, we will get to you, I promise.
You guys are super. That's what we're saying. You guys are super.
All right. So I do have my first three. Brendan and I can talk a lot. So I think what we'll do is we'll do three and then we'll kind of take a break and then we'll read the chat. How does that sound?
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Brendan is mom channel friendly. He's reviewed my channel. Oh, Sandra said you're mom channel friendly.
Heck yeah. Shout out to the mamas. Shout out to the mamas. Yes.
All right. Let me share.
Hey, Sandra.
Okay, so first one we have is Balanced Hand. So she looks like she is a newer YouTuber. She has 12 subscribers. I like to always see where you start, so I know how to give my advice as well. So oldest video you started 2 months ago. So you are brand new. So we'll go back to the home screen. Now that we know it's 2 months, Brendan, you're my guest. I'll let you go first.
Sweet. Well, Balanced Hands, welcome to YouTube. And the hardest part is getting started, right? The next hard part is going to be sticking with it and learning everything that comes along with YouTube, but you're in good hands with Tiffany here. So your channel is called Balanced Hands. So the thing that I guess kind of confuses me, I love that you created a banner, and I think that's really great. Most people neglect the banner and they think, well, it's not all about the banner. Well, sure. It's just one more thing that can gain a first impression for our audience. So I guess the thing that kind of confuses me is the channel is called Balanced Hands, yet we have black hands on the banner. So I'm not sure maybe which way you plan on calling your channel, but I would just maybe be aware of that. Next is, I like your photo. I think it's really good. And maybe pink is going to be your theme. I'm really big on YouTube. Think less theme, think more click. So that's just something that I guess Balanced Hands can take away from that when we're getting into thumbnails. But banner wise, it says videos every Sunday. So the thing, or videos every Monday. And what I would like to ask you is, what kind of videos, what kind of content, what are we going to be doing? So I just want you to start maybe thinking about that. We say 5 things I wish I knew before getting married. So maybe you're talking to moms. I would assume that's kind of what we're going to be doing with this channel, family content. So I would just like to maybe see that in your banner. Maybe it's mom talk period, married couples period, like whatever maybe your value proposition is, whatever you plan on talking about. And that's okay if that changes. There's a good chance, there's about a 99% chance it's going to change, because the more that you're posting, the more in tune you're going to be with your content, the deeper you'll start diving with your content. So think value proposition when it comes to your banner, and that goes for everybody. The next thing I like to talk about all the time, and Tiffany knows this, there's a subscribe button that we can put on the bottom right. And I watch your channel reviews too, Tiffany, and I love that you're mentioning this. So literally when you go to share your channel, it's that link right at the top, right at the URL. And at the end of that, you'll put !sub _ confirmation equals 1. One more time, that's !sub _ confirmation equals 1. That way, when somebody clicks it, and then you can just name that subscribe. So go into your, I'll back up a little bit. Tiffany's image or profile pictures at the top right of the screen. If you were to click there and you go to customize channel or YouTube Studio and go to customize, either way, you'll scroll down and that's where you can put external links. Instead of putting an external link, we'll put the word subscribe and we'll put that link there. That way, when somebody clicks it, an auto prompt will come up on your screen saying, are you sure you want to subscribe to Balanced Hands? So it's just one more way that we can gain subscribers. Tiffany, I'll let you go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything I said. I always love this because I'm like, I say all of these things. And so it's nice to hear other people to be like, oh, she's not just saying this stuff.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, that was actually the first thing that I noticed was the difference in the name between your banner and the actual name of your channel. So one thing that's super important is just making sure this comes with branding. And when I started these, something I mentioned was, does your channel quickly communicate exactly what your niche is to your target audience? Like, if I land on this, I should know within 3 seconds that this is a channel for me. And right now, I'm not sure. I have to do a little bit of digging. And especially if you are a busy mom, we're not into digging. We're just like, I don't have time. We're moving on to the next one. So you want to make sure you really capture people in. And one thing he was saying about the niche statement or value proposition, if you guys don't know what that is, basically, I mean, good example. Brendan, do I still have your channel up? I had it for a second. Look at you on my homepage.
Hey,
look at that.
24 views. I made it. Hey.
Right. So for Brendan, it's learn to start and grow on YouTube. So that is his value proposition. And that tells you, okay, he's not even like just going to give me YouTube tips, but it's really about starting and growing your YouTube channel. So it's really for beginner YouTubers, and that's communicated through his banner. For me, I changed mine a million times. Like he said, it's going to change, but it's all about growing your audience, your influence, and your income. So my thing is really like, we're going to make this a full-time profitable business for you. And so I communicate that through my niche statement, and I make sure I put on YouTube because I don't give other social media advice. You should have heard our conversation before we jumped on. I asked Brendan, do you start at the top of a thread or the bottom of a thread on Twitter? Like sometimes you just need to know your strengths, and YouTube is my strength, but yes, you just need to really communicate like, okay, this is what the banner is. This is what my niche value or value proposition is. And can my audience get that within 2 seconds? Because that's what's going to then make them go, okay, what's the rest of her videos like? And it looks like, oops, there we go.
My value proposition is probably going to be changing too.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I feel like I'm in love, not in love. It changes
I love
all the
it.
time.
I love yours. That's great.
Thanks.
Yep.
Trying to not make it so wordy.
It's great.
But back to here, you have really good playlist names. And it looks like you're really targeting Christian working moms. So with that, you may want to put that into your banner a little bit and just really think about that type of content of, what are you doing, or how are you helping the Christian working mom? Are you giving her tips and advice? Are you helping her? Is she new on her, journey through Christianity? What is it that you can do, and the value that your channel gives to the Christian working mom? So that's like a good place to start. And then the second thing that I noticed is your thumbnails. I would love to see, like, this one's 5 things I wished I knew before tying the knot. I would love to see like a wedding photo. I think that would really bring things together and tell the story a little bit more. Even if it's not like your own wedding photo, there's stock wedding photos all the time, because this is really small. And when you see it on mobile, you're not going to be able to tell the difference or tell what that little picture is. So we're visual people before we read. So if you can tell the story visually first through your thumbnails and then have your text as a complement to it, I think you can win the click a lot more, because this is a very search title. So that's like my biggest takeaway for you. I don't know if you're here, if you're watching this on the replay, that is our takeaways. Brendan, did you have anything else to say?
Absolutely. Always. I just want to say I love what she has in that home. I just want to say a big kudos to Balanced Hands here, because many people, once again, aren't even putting playlists in their homepage. So you're creating playlists, you're trying to optimize them, and you're putting them on your home. So I just want to say, like, she's off to a great start.
Yes.
And I would agree, like, if we can eliminate text, try to eliminate text. Try to show your images with emotion. But the main thing is every niche is different. I know today is going to be like a big mom day, right? Motherhood channels. But look within your niche. See what other channels are doing. Learn from that. Don't copy it, but learn from it, because ultimately your thumbnails are going to go up against theirs when we're looking at the future of your content. So that's all I want to mention.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go right into the next channel. I promise you guys, if you're just coming into the stream, I'm not ignoring you. I actually can't see my comments right now. But we're going to do 3 channels at a time, and then we're going to get to any questions that you guys have in the comments. So next channel we have is Warwitch. I love this banner. I just have to say that real quick. It's kind of hard to read as far as the text goes, but I like the background. It
cool.
pops. Yeah.
It's popping.
It's popping.
I'm
trying to think. The only thing is, I mean, this is probably mobile friendly. It probably shows what from here to here.
Yeah, I think it is. And one of the things I'm seeing is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And once again, why?
Yes.
Why should we like, share, comment, and subscribe? So we could almost eliminate that, and then you just answer the question of why, and there's your value.
Like, what type? I know this is gaming. What type of games do you play?
Exactly.
What, are you? Oh my God, I don't know gaming terms.
So I mean, like, Warwitch could be like RPGs. It could be, things of that nature. And then ultimately, RPGs, is that a niche? Well, sure, but can you dive even deeper within RPGs? So that's just something, once again, to consider.
And again, this looks like a newer channel, so 44 subscribers. Mom brain today, guys. Just bear with me. It started a month ago. First of all, these thumbnails are so good for starting a month ago. I don't know if you did these or you had someone else do these.
Those look straight Fiverr. Like, I mean, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm just saying that's a good thing. So if this creator's doing it themselves, they're definitely on the same level of like what people pay for on Fiverr. So absolutely great thumbnails.
These like pop. Like, if you do these, do you want to create my thumbnail?
Right?
Like, this is amazing. But then we kind of get, I know these are shorts, but I feel like we're getting lazy here when it comes to shorts. Yes, thumbnails do not show up on shorts on the shelf, but on your channel and on the homepage, they still do show up. So if you're watching it from a desktop, if anyone's looking on desktop, your shorts will still come up. So having a thumbnail could help you. That's all I would have to say here. And then, the rest of these are just shorts. And then we have this one. So this thumbnail is a little bit different. So it makes me think.
Either way.
When we first started, what were we doing here? Because these are your oldest videos, and then we've kind of slipped.
It's hard to see. How's the consistency? So they started how long ago?
A month ago.
So I mean,
it's a lot of uploads for a month.
And that's something I just want you to consider, because sure, there's that battle between quality and quantity. I mean, these thumbnails are popping, but if they get there, how are the videos going to be? Are you going to be keeping people's attention and things like that? We're not obviously not dive deeping into your content, but something to consider. Even if you do a couple videos a week, it's good to then be able to keep that library flowing, so that way you're not going to face burnout, and especially gives YouTube time to gather that data, and then you can start improving with your content, because you're posting a lot right now.
Yeah. Well, and I just noticed too, I think most of these are shorts, because this one has like 724 views, but I look at 7 seconds.
Okay. It's hard to see on my screen. There we go. That's better. Okay.
35 seconds, 22 seconds. Yeah. So I think they're shorts.
So this is a shorts channel?
Yeah. Yeah. So if this is going to be a shorts channel, maybe you can put that in here, or put that in your banner. Like it's, gaming shorts or something like that, or, trick shots or whatever it is. So people clearly can come here and know, like, I'm not going to watch full gameplays. I'm just getting like snippets.
And Tiffany, look, if you see the last 3 videos, they're not shorts. So that's just kind of an indicator of, like, I'm really happy that this creator is taking advantage of YouTube Shorts. It's very smart. But, YouTube Shorts too, I think it can take time for our audience to be acclimated to it. So if they're getting used to all these shorts, and then you're going to start putting out long form content, I would maybe just try to balance out the two.
Yeah, they're completely different viewers that watch. And that's actually a good tip. So if you are ever wondering, should I make shorts because you feel like everyone's doing short form content? 1, TikTok is now testing out 10-minute videos. So TikTok is going to long form content, which that's the reason everyone was doing short form. And 2, people who watch short form content do not want to watch long form content. It's just what it is. They want quick entertainment. They can scroll really fast and consume a lot in a short period of time. And so if you do happen to go viral with a short, it is not always going to translate to your longer form content.
Yep.
So yeah, with that though, you do have the YouTube. It's harder to see just because of your background, but the YouTube button is here, and it looks like it is an auto subscribe. So if you guys were curious what that looks like, it looks like this. So the person has to subscribe to get in. And then I think, the homepage. I'll let you go over the homepage since I kind of jumped into thumbnails real quick.
No, yeah, sure. So I want everybody to be aware too, same thing with this channel. So if you go into, once again, customize your channel, right, into your customization in your YouTube studio, you can add a section just like you would on your homepage to add playlists. One of them is a shorts section. So I think it's great you have a shorts playlist, but like she said, most likely people, if they're coming to your homepage, are going to be coming here probably for long form content, because the best way to take advantage of shorts is the shorts shelf, period. So I just want you to know that, because as you're posting, you'll also be able to see in your analytics which playlists are the best, which ones people are clicking on. You could put those at the top. I just don't know how I feel about having a shorts playlist at the top, but knowing how much content you've pushed out a lot of shorts. So, I mean, I think right now it kind of makes sense. And then also, if you can scroll down a little bit, Tiffany, we have uploads, insane headshot ever. Okay. So another example is not utilizing the one that YouTube just gives you, which is the regular uploads playlist. And another one they do, I think, is recent videos. But what you can do is create your own playlist and then sort it by most recent videos. And you could do popular uploads by, what's his channel called? War Wizard or
Warwitch.
Yeah. Warwitch. So you can, most recent videos by Warwitch, or most popular videos by Warwitch. And that's how I would do it. And another thing too, if you can't come up with content, a lot of times we can create playlists, and those are also searchable. And it sends little pings to the YouTube algorithm that we're still being consistent. But other than that, once again, another great channel, 714 views 6 days ago for a short. Utilize shorts. In my opinion, shorts are the future. I don't think it's TikTok. In my opinion, I think it's YouTube Shorts. The way that they're rolling with the funding and all these things, there's so many advantages to utilizing shorts. If YouTube's talking about it, we should take advantage of it. So I like that this channel's doing it. You're doing a lot of things right. Mm-hmm. I just worry about the consistency part. Just don't burn yourself out, and build that library of content, and make sure that you're spending time researching analytics. That's what I got.
And then just one last thing before we go on to the next thing is just remember too that your channel is about your audience. And so follow what your audience is liking. Like you go here, 166 views in 3 days, but then we go down to 31 and then 5. So you really want to just pay attention to what your audience is responding to, where they're leaving the comments at, what's getting the most likes, and not just for, vanity metrics, but really because without our audience, we would not have channels. So just kind of follow your audience. All right, guys, one more channel, and then we're going to break and go to the chat. So we have here All Things Ashley, 365 subscribers, and she started 2 years ago. So we have a little bit more experience. Was not consistent, just a couple videos 2 years ago, and it looks like she really came back last year. So really 1 year. That's what we're going here. First, I want to say I love the banner. Although I think All Things Ashley will get cut off on mobile. I could be wrong.
It'll be close.
Let me see. The reason why we bring up mobile, guys, is because 60, 80, is it 60 now? 60% of viewers watch YouTube on mobile. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing for mobile because that's where your audience is going to be at. I just put mobile instead of Ashley because I'm talking about phones. So yeah, you want to make sure that when you're making stuff, oh no, it shows up all the way. It's just the subscribe. It cuts off right here. And this shows up too. So yeah. So just make sure it actually looks a little bit better on the phone. You can read it clear. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're good there. Only thing, again, especially as a smaller YouTuber, I did this coming into the motherhood channel. It's like, it's my channel. It's, my family. I want to present that to the world. But one of the biggest things I always say is nobody cares who you are until they know what you can do for them. And I don't say this to be mean, but once I started saying that to myself, it reminded me that I need to present value first before people will invest into me. They invest into knowledge or value, and value can be inspiration, motivation, education, entertainment. Like there's so many different value propositions that you can provide, but you just want to make sure that you're coming first with the value. And then once you grow your channel, then you can start to switch things to be a little bit more you focused, because now you have an audience that's really invested into who you are. And that's because you provided them with so much value. So when you're smaller, coming things with All Things Ashley, there's nothing wrong with this as like a channel name, but still give that value proposition. What is it about you, or all the things about you that makes me want to watch this channel? We'll go to, here in how I lost 25 pounds. This can be, if you're going through your weight loss journey, that's great because that's value. That's motivation to me. If I'm on my own weight loss journey, now you're relatable because it's like, okay, I also am going on a weight loss journey. She's done it. Let me watch her videos and see how she's done it. And then, watch you keep up with it to motivate me to keep up with it.
So when's the last time? So this video is from 3 weeks ago, but when we looked at videos, it was showing 2 years ago. So are we seeing her recent posting?
This is popular uploads. Let's see.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah. So down here.
Okay. So she is consistent on the platform. Okay. Cool.
We have weekend vlog.
It's a couple things that definitely stand out to me, though. I would have to say, it's the. So you were talking about value, and I would just say, like, I also agree, like, All Things Ashley. But the thing, I guess, that like, what does All Things Ashley consist of? And once again, is that because you're a mom? Is that because you're single? Is it because you're married? Is it like, what is it that can like take me to your place to say, oh yeah, this is definitely where I belong because you're speaking to me, right? Because this is what I'm looking for. So like when we're talking weight loss journey, if I'm seeing one video that's weight loss journey, and you could take this with a grain of salt, this is just coming from me. It's my opinion. If you're watching weight loss and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I want to hop on this journey. And the next video, you're talking about laundry, right? And then the next video, we're talking about, maybe the home updates. And the next video. So I like that you're categorizing your videos by playlist, but I just want you to think at the same time, when you bring all this stuff together, who is it you're necessarily talking to? And because for me, it's like, would that steer people away by doing makeup in one video And hair in the next video, maybe not, right? Because that's what I'm looking to do. I'm looking for new ways to maybe do my hair and also put on makeup. But if the next video is weight loss, I may not be trying to look for videos like that. So I would just maybe consider that, because when we're talking all things Ashley, it's kind of like you're able then to make anything you want to make. But at the same time, I think growth would be a little bit harder. And that's why family channels, it's kind of hard. Even for family vlogging, it's like, okay, well, what sets your family apart? That's the first thing I would ask people. What is it you want to be known for? So that's something I wanted to mention.
Yeah. I'm like losing my voice over here. Totally agree. Trying to think. I'm like, don't want to cough. We are good. No, so I agree with everything you just said. And again, with this, you don't have to stay that niche forever. This is the thing, guys. When you are small and you're first starting your YouTube channel, the most important thing is, one, you need to communicate to the algorithm that your channel even exists. There are literally 31 million YouTube channels on the platform and 500 hours uploaded every single minute. So you're competing with a ton of channels. Like the minute you upload a video, you're competing with at least 25,000 other channels. So you need to make sure that you are being consistent when you first start and be like, okay, if I want to be known for my weight loss journey and how I keep up with things, and I want to be really into health and wellness, then that's what you first present on your channel. And then as you start to grow, you can then grow your pillars. So your pillars should grow with your channel, but it's a lot harder to try to cast out a ton of fishing poles trying to reach everybody. And then when you're noticing, okay, I'm not reaching all these fish, let me try to take them back now. So you really want to make sure that you're casting one net. And then as that starts to grow, then you're casting another net, and then you're adding another one. So that's kind of how you really grow lifestyle channels. And if you look at any lifestyle channel, go to their oldest videos. This is the first thing I always do when I find a new channel. I go to their videos, I sort by their oldest, and I want to see how they grew their channel. I want to see what was it, what content, what pillar did they really focus on. And I think, is it Raven? Raven Elise is a really good one. Oops. So she has over 1 million subscribers. She's been on the platform for a while, but if you go to her older videos, the reason she blew up is because she did nothing but beauty and makeup and fashion. Like that is what she was known for. And then she started slowly going into motherhood, but she still kept that beauty and makeup and fashion there. So that this is a really good example of starting niche and then branching out as your life starts to branch out and as your subscribers start to grow, because then they're curious about other aspects of you because they know you for that one thing. Now they want to know the rest of you. Go back to this channel. Okay, so if you are here after all the channels that we just reviewed, there's 3. If you have questions, let us know. I'm going to go into the chat now. Let me get my next 3. It's so quiet. I wish we could like hear our subscribers sometimes.
That's why I love Clubhouse.
I know. I just
I love it.
I had to turn off my notifications because I literally was getting like 50 like pings a day, and I'm like, I can't do this. It was a lot, but yeah, I don't know why. I haven't got into Clubhouse.
It was like that for me at first until I started talking to people I never would have, and then I was like, okay, this is I get it now. So like I'm talking to like Benji Travis like once every week now. And it's just like that would have never happened. And he's like, oh, Brendan's here. Let's pull him up. You know, I'm like,
that's
this is
so
awesome.
Cool. You know, yeah. I wish I need to go like stalk Gary V. I just need to like go talk to Gary.
He's the man. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go through these really, really quick. Hello, if you are here. If I missed you,
what's up, everyone?
Christy is here. I have Sonia here. I'm hoping you get picked too. There's 80 people on this list, and we are on 32. So I am trying to get through everything.
Let's do it.
Yeah, right. Just a marathon right now. Yes, there will be a replay. I leave these up and then I go back in and I add timestamps with the channel name. So if we reviewed your channel and you're watching on the replay, look into the description box. You should see your channel name. Just click that if you don't want to watch everybody's to kind of see. Let's see. Hey, I already filled out the form to get my channel reviewed a couple weeks ago. Yes, sorry guys. These take a while sometimes, and I can't be on YouTube 24/7. I'm a mom of 2. I run a business, so I did not delete anything though. So if you filled out your form or filled out the form before, it's still on there, and we are getting to you. I promise. I don't care if it takes me all year. Just kidding. I hope to get through this list before the end of the year, right? I need thumbnail help, Christy. Oh, she's another Vegas vlogger. So, oh, they tell me I'm officially in Vegas now.
Word?
So, yeah, officially.
Oh man,
going down now.
All right, there it is.
Let's see. For faceless finance channels, which is better, male or female voiceovers? I don't think it. Is there a reason you don't want to use your own? Just because I know that if you're talking about like robotic voiceover kind of, I know that turns a lot of people away from channels. So that's something to really think about. Brendan, I don't know if you have.
Yeah, and ultimately, as for you, the creator, creative cash flow, I mean, it's your preference, right? Maybe you don't feel comfortable with doing that. Maybe that's just the way you envisioned your channel. But yeah, I would have to say, I mean, you're talking to pretty much 2 individuals up here that are really, we base a lot off of emotions, and we're really big on the community involvement and talking to people. So, but I think in your case, I mean, I think there's nobody better to hear from than the creator. That's my opinion.
Yes. He said no human voiceovers. So I would say then you may want to think about who your target audience is, because I know sometimes, like for instance, I always come back, my husband and I went car shopping together, and the guy originally, I felt like he was talking down to me, and I was like, and what's funny is I am the financial person, not my husband, but he was speaking to my husband, or he was trying to speak over me, and he was just not closing the sale. So he could tell, and he brought a female over, and she's the one that closed the sale with us when we got our new car. So you really want to think about, sometimes females just learn better from other females, but at the same time, sometimes, men learn better from women or vice versa. So really think who your target audience is. And then is the person, can they speak in a way that communicates with more people so it doesn't feel too like talking down, and it's really helpful when it's teaching, especially finances. That's a really like tricky niche.
Agreed.
Okay, there's not a lot of questions. I'm glad. I felt like we were ignoring the chat for a while. Let's see. We have hello TikTok world for girls. Hi. Not on TikTok either. Can't get into it. I have a TikTok. I think I had 2 videos, and then I was like, no, not for me.
I've been, I just actually last night, I realized I had all my YouTube shorts like in a folder, and especially I have a whole bunch that are scheduled. So I was like, why not? So I scheduled those out the same time for my YouTube shorts. So I'm not going to even really look at it, but if it can convert people, then great.
So you're on TikTok.
I guess like that's what I posted like 3 videos, and I was like, oh, they have like 800 views, but that's, to me, it's like, what are those views though? Right. So like, everything that we have, we need to have intentionality. Tiffany, I know you know this, but for everybody here too, like, you're making a video, right? What's the end goal for the video? Are you trying to sell something? Are you trying to gain a subscriber? Are you trying to like, what are you trying to do here? Right? Because even when we're putting makeup on, we're telling a story, but in the end, you may be trying to sell this brush. So being intentional with your content and turning your channel into a business, sooner the better. And I say that because I just posted 3 videos on TikTok just because I thought it'd be fun. But now I'm like, why not? Because, if I'm not really active there, but if people will maybe come on over, it literally took me 10 minutes to schedule these TikTok videos that I already recorded for shorts. So my plan is to then bring people from TikTok here, not to grow like a TikTok community. But you never know where things can take you. And I do want to tell you guys, if you're getting value, please hit that like button for Tiffany.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
No, and I love that you said that, having intentions. Like literally every video I make, there is a reason. Like I know which videos are going to gain me subscribers. I know which videos are going to increase my watch hours. I know what videos are going to make me money through affiliate marketing. Like when I plan out my videos, it's more than just what is my title going to be, and what it's really like, what value is this going to give my audience? And then what is this going to do for me as well in my business? So really thinking it's a two-way street.
Yes.
Okay, a couple more. Hello, we have NETV is here. Consistent Ash, hi.
Hey.
Are you a growth channel too?
She is.
She is, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I've been wanting to collab with new people, so I will hit you up on Instagram. And that is how we do that. Let's see. Loving this collab, and everyone else is saying hi. Hi, guys. Okay, we are going to get in. So if you are just coming into the stream, there is a form to fill out. It is in the description box. She said somewhat, yes. Let me post that form really quick. So just in case, I don't know where it's at. I was so organized 2 seconds ago. Got through those, and now I'm scatterbrained again.
Sounds right.
Right. People don't realize sometimes lives like suck the life out of you. Actually, just filming in general, like there's something about being on camera where you're drained.
If you make it that way, if you do.
That's true. I know. And I also try to batch film. So maybe because I talk to myself in a camera for like 3 hours at a time. I can do it to you. Okay, so there's a form in there. So if you guys have not filled out a form, go ahead and do that. I do see a couple more forms coming in. I do not delete these. So if we do not get to you today, I promise I'm trying to do these weekly, and then I will get to you eventually. I hate saying that because I really do wish I could stay on here like all day and help you out, but
I know
I can't. But as of right now, we have 3 channels up on deck. So we're going to go through 3 more channels, and then we will get back to the chat. If you guys have any questions while we're going through these channels, just let us know and write it in there. Even if it's not about the channel audit and you just have a YouTube related question, just let us know. Okay, guys. We have, okay, first of all, Mo, if you are watching, this girl is like someone I always see in my comments, and I appreciate it so much. So I just want to like big shout out. Thank you for being a part of the community. You are amazing. I always try to like comment back too, but like, I don't know. I love seeing those people like on a consistent basis, and you really start to connect like the face to the name. So I'm excited.
She's in the comments. She's here.
Yay. Yep. Okay. We're doing your channel. So we have Mo's Life in a Bag. First, I can tell, are you a flight attendant? And is that, yes, your favorite flight attendant? So I would make, because you can tell off of this, you're a flight attendant, but then my eye automatically goes here. I would probably do the same photo. Not saying you have to get rid of this photo, but do this same photo because it looks so professional and you're like so beautiful. Have that in your banner as well to really show like this is your life as a flight attendant, but really put flight attendant forward type of thing. That's the only thing I would change on your banner. And then let's see if it communicates. We have, I would just do more playlist. I know we kind of talked about playlist with the other channels. When did you start? I didn't do that with you. 3 years.
Okay.
Took a break. Mm-hmm. And everyone came back last year. The pandemic will do that to you. Yes, so everyone started a channel last year. Yeah. So she has a couple of videos. So from here, from a year, and then her most recent one was 2 hours ago.
Very nice.
And then I know it says your favorite flight attendant, but what is it that you share about being a flight attendant? Are you taking us on like your adventures with you or where you go? Obviously, you know, it's like your life as a flight attendant, and people are very interested in more high profile jobs. So like flight attendants, nurses, doctors, lawyers, anything like that, people invest into them more just because it's intriguing to know what their life looks like. You know, how is it to travel all the time? What are some things that you have to deal with, but still putting that value proposition in here could help you increase your subscribers as well as like connect with your viewers.
Because we kind of get into that, as a flight attendant, and then once again, now we're talking about food, so or just really about anything that's happening in your life. So I mean, great views that you're getting, but yeah, I think like converting the subscribers, that would go at a much faster pace if you're like, if it was like home style, or if you were just to add something to being a flight attendant and what that is.
And you can do things as simple as, I mean, here you have, let's see, a 4-day trip. So it's SEO here. So bigger YouTubers are able to add their channel name or their personal name to their titles because it is SEO based, because people search for their name. When your name is not being searched, I wouldn't add it to titles, because that takes away a spot of a keyword that you could add that could help you rank and search more or get found more. So if I'm guessing galley is a flight attendant term, but think about what would that be for someone who's not a flight attendant? What would they search to find your videos? Because that's kind of who is going to be watching your videos more. Obviously, other flight attendants may come in here and watch, but people who are interested in your life as a flight attendant, how are they searching for your videos? What are they typing into the search bar to see, what your life is like? Is it maybe a person who's thinking about getting into that as a career? And that's why, they're searching for your type of videos. So always think about those things of, how are they searching for my videos and why are they searching for my videos? And then that'll be a lot easier for you to make content around that, gets more views and gets ranked in search position and things like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking too, Tiffany, like imagine if it was like life travel with a flight attendant. So like, because that could be, I feel like, one route where it's like, hey, you're a flight attendant and you're traveling to different places and you're literally vlogging while you're doing traveling. Or, and I think in your instance in this channel, it's really not that. It seems more of like, okay, now I'm outside of work, what my life looks like as a whole for my family. So yes. I think just recognizing that and making sure that people understand that, I think could be really helpful.
And you definitely don't have to just, if you're like, well, I want to do both, I want to show when I'm working and when I'm not, we're not saying you can't do that. Just make sure you tie it in with those specific keywords. So you can do like flight attendant's day off and then put what you're doing, yes. Then you're doing like a challenge just for fun. Like now we know like, oh, okay, this is why we're watching her video. I want to see what she does on her day off. This is fun. I like her family environment. I like how she interacts with, I don't know if this is your spouse, family member, don't want to assume, but that's kind of how they're, going to think that. But it's for the algorithm too, the fact that you're putting flight attendants day off, it really helps. And we'll see if this is a search term. I mean, flight attendant's probably a search term. Yeah, so you have an estimated search volume of 1.43 million. So you put flight attendant in as many videos as humanly possible. Or like day in the life of a flight attendant, things like that. So yeah, I would use flight attendant as much as possible.
Another thing I wanted to mention, Tiffany, is the length of the videos. So I would just say continue to experiment with the timeliness of your videos. And I say that because, and I know like for her, she's been on YouTube now for a minute, but typically speaking, and I feel like the way that we're moving is really when we're looking at fluff, can you cut a lot of it? And could we make a 5-minute video for this channel? Could we make a 6-minute, 7-minute video? Because a 10-minute plus video doesn't always equal 50% retention and more watch time. So in my opinion, if we're cutting a lot of fluff and, giving value that maybe if it's a challenge or something, something like that can be fun, right? And people stick around. But I'm just thinking in regards to value. So when we're looking at growing early on, it's like, how can I provide this value in almost a less amount of time? Because all the other vloggers are doing 30 minutes. Maybe you're providing just as much fun, jam-packed in 5 to 10 minutes. Your retention may go up and maybe somebody will actually click because it's not 30 minutes. So I just want to mention that. Maybe she can keep that in mind too.
Yeah, that was a good catch. And there is a point where you can definitely get up to 30 minutes, but it does take a 5-minute vlog to really understand, because there's something about making shorter vlogs are actually harder sometimes to edit, because you are trying to pack in a lot of information into a short amount of time and have a good flow. And so it really teaches you about storytelling, because that's what vlogging is. So, just like if look up a movie arc. I teach this to all of my students. So vlogging is literally a movie arc. So you start with the beginning, and then it starts to have that climbing action, and then you have like the climax, and then it has like the descending action. So that's kind of how your video should be, is you're presenting, the value to us, and then you're leading up to that big moment, and then the big moment happens, and then it's like, okay, you're wrapping up everything else. And then you're directing people to another one of your videos. And that can definitely be done in 5 minutes.
That's a great
And then, once you get really good at those like shorter vlogs, then start to extend it out, because what happens is people get so invested and they're like, oh my gosh, she's such a good storyteller. Yep. And then they want more. And they're like, I wish I remember the first time someone was like, I wish your vlogs were longer. And I was like, that is the moment I need to increase. Like once they say that, it's like, I got them. Let's make them longer now. But if you're, making these long vlogs and then you're like, okay, people are only staying for 2-3 minutes, then it's like, okay, let's shorten it and then work our way back up.
And it sends humongous, amazing signals to YouTube when somebody's clicking from one video to the next.
Yes.
So that you have a much better chance of that as well when we're making content. And then once you do dive into your analytics, you're like, hey, I've got a 5-minute video, but I have 1,000 people, and understand as those impressions are going up, your click-through rate probably will start to go down a little bit, but pay attention to that watch time, because if your watch time is over 50% and you have a lot of views on that video, then I would definitely then take that chance to then start expanding that, because people are sticking around in these videos, but you're not really going to know that, and you're going to have a less chance of people clicking from one video to the next.
Yes. So. All right, Mo, but if you have any other questions, let us know in the chat. We're going to move on to the next channel. I was like, I don't see anything here. It took me to the about section, real confused for a second. So here's the homepage. We have 71 subscribers from the Everything Studio, and you started your channel 2 years ago. Took a break. It's same story with everyone. Came back a year ago, and it looks like you've been pretty consistent. A couple breaks here and there, but your last was a short last month. So I will let you take it away. It seems more techie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I reviewed this channel. I'm about 99.9% sure. But after a while, you start to lose track. So I'll say the first thing I noticed is that your banner will be cut off. So yes. You're probably going to end up with CH meets fun, and then it's going to say probably, the Everything Studio will probably be in there, but that left side is going to be cut off. And it would be kind of cool to, where tech meets fun. I like that. I think that's good. That's the value proposition. You could probably put Everything Studio in the middle, where tech meets fun. Underneath that right side, you could have subscribe, draw an arrow. We have the subscribe link on the left-hand side. How often are you posting? If it's weekly, we could put that on the left-hand side, or add some value in there, maybe to even dive a little bit deeper into what you do. Maybe you can put that on the left-hand side. So that'd be kind of my tip as far as the banner, but I think it looks really clean. But if it's where tech meets fun, then I would maybe try to make your banner a little fun too. Because the moment I look at your video, I see you're making these expressions and you're probably keeping people engaged. And I can see that in your thumbnails. I don't necessarily see that in the banner. So I would maybe add an expression like, oh, or, something that makes it fun, where you're holding a gadget or just something like that. Or maybe you're popping out of a computer with some super cool effect or something. I always think outside the box here, but just making it fun, because I don't see that from the banner. 71 subscribers, so congrats. It looks like you're growing, and I think you're growing probably the right way. I know and like you said, he's been on YouTube, I think, for like a year now.
Yeah.
So this video will open your eyes, game addiction. So the first thing that kind of catches my attention is the keyword research for this video. So the titling of this video looks like as if you had 100,000 subscribers. I would say keep this title. But keyword research, guys, in my opinion, it's not everything, but it's just one of the biggest things we could take advantage of when we're starting off.
Let's
So that
see
way,
what
go ahead.
games. I think that's what he's trying to target. Is game addiction.
Well, then we need
Games.
to expand that keyword.
Yeah.
So, you know, because this search term, 51 out of 100, right? And this is also off. Okay, you did unweighted. But yeah, games addiction treatment, games addiction test, you know, mobile games addiction. So yeah, I would dive deeper into that, find longer tail keywords. And then, you know, you can make your titles fun, but we really want to make sure we have that long tail in there because we want YouTube to recognize who our audience is. And that's one of the easiest ways, in my opinion, to start doing that.
Yeah, I don't think I started doing more of the like, do this to gain more watch hours until I noticed that I was landing in browse more. Because when you're first starting, especially as a newer, smaller YouTuber, search is going to be your best friend because at the end of the day, YouTube is a search engine first. And so that's its primary algorithm. There's multiple algorithms on YouTube, but its primary one is search. So the faster you can get into search, the faster YouTube will recognize you as a channel. And then it starts to suggest you out to more people. And then once you notice, okay, every single one of my videos, although I'm optimizing for search, is now getting more traffic through browse, that's when you start to switch up your titles and do more of the clickbaity style of things.
Yeah, and I'm looking for a channel just for reference. I can't remember the top of my head, which is sad. I actually did a collaboration with them. It's just YouTube
Photo
will do
booth,
that too.
film booth.
Film booth. Okay, thank you, Ed from Film Booth.
I love them.
my man. I got to do reviews with him, and that was super cool.
I saw that collab you did, and I was all jealous.
Yeah, I'm not afraid, and that's the thing too, guys. Don't ever be afraid to reach out. And honestly, that's how I got to work.
On my homepage too. Like,
yep,
love him. Yeah,
that's how I actually got to work with you, Tiffany. You know, I just punch fear in the face and just reach out, because you never know.
Yeah.
But with him, so he did a strategic move for himself actually an experiment to see. Okay, well, I'm going to make it less keyword research, more what people are searching for, but making engaging enough to gain the click. So, but what I suggest is for somebody that just starts off, probably not. But I think where he was in his journey, it was good timing because when he posts videos, YouTube knows who his audience is.
Yep.
Same thing with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast says, I brushed my teeth, and he makes a video about it. People are still going to click because it's Mr. Beast, and he already has a large audience. So YouTube knows where to push these videos to. Same thing with him. So I'm mentioning this because I do think there's a part in our journey that we can kind of take a step back from the keyword research and make it more engaging for our current audience and then those who YouTube is pushing our content out to. But when we're starting off, keyword research can extremely help. Look at the difference in
this
his
is all of his videos. Yeah, it's so crazy.
Wow.
I love watching people where they started and where they're at now. But like
amazing.
You can tell this is very heavy SEO keyword.
Yes.
Like he is typing how to make a YouTube video. This is what people are typing into search. So he made that his title. And now, because again, if you probably look at his channel, you're going to see browse or suggested as his top. Not saying that he's not optimizing or doing keyword research, but it's just eventually you do need to change your strategy. And, you see that now. Like I re-edited your intros, behind the scenes of 5 billion views, YouTube mistakes that destroy your growth. Those are things. He had one that I loved. Can't hit 57% retention rate. Try this. Like that is such a specific number. And it's like, well, why do I need to hit 57%? I'm not hitting 57%. Right. And so it gets you thinking, you're like, oh, now I got to click on this video. And if you notice, I watched it. So I was like, what's 57%? It did it to me. So yeah, those titles work, but you do have to get search first. You do have to get YouTube to recommend you first, and then you can start having more fun with the titles. And you can do this afterwards. Just make sure you have that longer tail first. So if it's like gaming addiction effects, and then this will open your eyes. Like have that after.
Yep.
So yeah. But I mean, I agree with this. It doesn't really match the vibe. You want branding is more than just colors and fonts. It's really like your tone. It's your value proposition. It's how you how you want to be perceived and how your audience perceives you. And so if you want to be perceived as fun and not so teachy, then everything about your channel needs to communicate that. This is, I look at this and I think very think media, but when I think media, I think very professional, classic, timeless. That's like what comes to mind with them. Not saying they're not fun, but that's just what their branding is. But down here, this looks like a very fun thumbnail. And then this looks really fun. So yeah, just keeping that really consistent.
Yep. Agreed.
Okay. I think we have a lot here. Let's go. Let's review Film Booth. Just kidding. I would. Okay. Now, I always have to say this. Everything I'm about to say for this channel does not apply to everybody. At the end of the day, this is a younger generation, and with them, the rules are different. They do not apply the same. And this banner, although it does not have a value proposition underneath, the banner itself has the aesthetics that attract who your target audience is, and they're more willing to watch your life because it's aesthetically pleasing, and they're going to expect that. With that being said, you need to communicate that through your thumbnails as well. So that's going to be the first thing that turns people off. It's like, okay, there is a certain mindset that goes into watching these types of videos, but then if they don't see that in your thumbnails, they're like, okay, I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to click on this because it doesn't connect. I wish I had that channel. I saw her yesterday. Hold on. Let's switch accounts real quick. The perks of having 2 YouTube channels. Look right there. I knew she would be.
Hey, I know her.
Committed to me so much. Okay, so Katie's a really good one. So this is a really good example of having your branding communicate your niche and everything else. She is very much a lifestyle vlogger, the aesthetically pleasing. And when you look at her thumbnails, it communicates all the way through. And when you watch her videos, you're going to get those same aesthetic and feel with her editing, with her filming. There's just I feel like being aesthetic is almost a niche now. So you definitely want to make sure if that's what you're going for the more lifestyle channel, there's a college vlogger that I love too. Why is it you always forget their names whenever you see them all the time, you'll watch them, and then it's like you need to come up with their name at that moment. It's like, no, not going to happen today. I'll just do her. She's the first one that popped up. Okay, so here's a good example. So you have that same aesthetic, that vibe, and then it translates through. So you just want to make sure everything is communicated through all of your content, from your thumbnails to your film style to the type of content. Just communicate that all the way through.
When did she start?
5 months ago.
Okay. And let's see how often. 5, 3. So pretty consistent. I'm just saying that because that's something you don't just learn overnight. I think the more that you're posting, you'll figure out where you fit in with that, if that's even still the route that you want to go. But like you said, I love what you said, that Tiffany, your style of vlogging, your style of editing. And I mean, yeah, that was good, because you'll find that. You'll find it.
And I feel like you're kind of getting it here. We have these two. Mm-hmm. You see the stars, you'll see things that pull through. You see the type of text that you're using. But then it doesn't communicate with this latest one. And then this one's kind of different. So yeah, really finding what works best for you. And then you'll get eventually to a channel where it's funny. I was making thumbnails and I just mocked one up. I didn't have me in the picture. I just used a stock photo that I cut the background just to kind of see what expression am I going to use, what positioning am I going to be in. And so I asked my husband, I was like, does my thumbnail stand out? Because I'm competing against Sean Cannell and all of them, right? So I'm like, okay, does this stand out? He's like, well, I would click that one because that kind of looks like yours, but I know that's not you. And I was like, no, that's my thumbnail. I just mocked it up. So you'll get people that realize oh, that looks exactly like how you make your thumbnails. And you want that because that's going to help your audience know for a split second, that's a Tiffany thumbnail. Like, she has a new video, I need to watch it. That's Brendan's thumbnail. Like, I know his thumbnail style, I need to watch that. So you want to have that same type of feel with your audience too. But other than that, let's see. You have a bit.ly link here. I'm kind of confused. Why? Why does it show up as bit.ly? That's weird. I wonder if she shortened it.
Yeah, she might have.
Yeah, I would change that. If you have a shortened link, just put it back to the regular one. So this way the YouTube logo stands out, because you want people to know, like, I'm clicking on a YouTube logo. What is this one? This one says sub. Oh, there's just a whole bunch of different ways to subscribe. That's a unique way to do it.
Says a bit.ly, but I'll subscribe.
I know, but like, there's two different links. Like, one's bit.ly and one's like sub. And then we have a Wix account.
Okay. Hey, doing a lot of great things.
Yeah. It looks like you're really you're using this as a funnel, which is really good.
Yeah.
So, but again, I mean, 5 months, 156 subscribers.
Can you go to her about, Tiffany? Can we
yeah.
do that after?
Ooh, we haven't done abouts. And vlogs. Also do funny shorts with my dog.
Subscribe, post notifications. Okay.
One thing I would say is, if you're going to do this, turn that into an affiliate link. Why do I want to know what phone you're blogging with? Because I want to purchase it. That's what people think. When people ask me what camera are you using, they want to know because they want to purchase. So you always have affiliate links. Same thing with editing, iMovie, CapCut. If you have affiliate links, you can put that there. I know Canva has an affiliate program because I use it. So go ahead and put sign up for Canva's affiliate program. Yeah. And then this, I mean, it's not really needed in your about me. You can put that in like your videos. Yeah, and then I would get rid of this unless you're going to put your business email here. So for like collabs and business inquiries, and then put your email address. Not everyone is going to click this. That's totally up to you though. But this, obviously, if you don't have it here, it's less likely to have like spam. And then just having a little bit more about, okay, you make DIYs and blogs about what? So just give like a little bit more information about that. Okay. Anything else on this one?
No, just for your about, I would also say just think about the value you're providing to somebody else, because there's a lot of you in this. And I know your channel is about you, right? But what value are you providing? So, hey, welcome to the channel. My name's Adya G, and here you'll be able to experience various videos I post and DIYs and vlogs. Here we also will do this. And especially if you like X, Y, and Z. So make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss future videos. And, so just, I'm a big fan, it's Tiffany, I'm a big fan of the word you, but I'm also a big fan of descriptions, because we can also put keywords in there. And usually you want to put that within your first sentence, but we also want to put that value that we're providing in that description. So I would say less you, more for them, because the whole channel is about you. And I think it's okay to throw that in the description, but try to make it more about them.
Yes. Very good. Okay. Oh, we got those 3 went by really fast.
Yeah.
We're getting better.
This is fun, Tiffany.
I'm glad you're having fun. I always like, if you have to go, if you're like, yo, dipping out, let me know.
I'm chilling. Quit trying to get rid of me. Hey, look, if you guys are having fun too, make sure you guys are smashing that like button.
Yes.
Navigating YouTube. This is an amazing channel. And yeah, I hope you guys are getting value out of this. There's always something to learn, even for myself. I'm always thinking that way. I always love listening to Tiffany or other YouTubers, because there's always something. So this is great stuff.
And then I've dropped Brendan's link in the top 4. If you don't know who Brendan is, he is another growth channel. Do you like being called a growth educator?
I don't care what people call me. Called? Yeah, I like you
late for dinner.
Yeah, right. I would say for me, it would be, probably YouTube growth strategist. That's probably like if I had to come up with a title. But honestly, for everybody that's watching, and I know Tiffany, you're probably the same. I want to just simply motivate people to make their journey easier than it was for mine. I'm very open, honest. I did sub for sub. I did watch for watch. I did all the wrong things. I didn't have a community. I was looking for one. I wasn't heard. So what did I eventually do? I eventually grew the right way. My first channel grew really fast. And then I took a break from YouTube, dialed in what I really wanted to do, and that was to help other people. So anyways, that's my whole goal, is to just simplify it for other people, so that way that you guys don't really have to go through that. But either way, it's your journey. I just want to make it easier for them. So
yes, I feel the same. One, I love the word strategist because there's something about guru or expert,
nope.
and I know.
I will not say I'm a guru. Absolutely.
I'm like, no.
It's not me.
But yeah, being called a strategist, like that's just I found my own strategies that worked for YouTube, and
Yep.
I've taught those strategies to other YouTubers, and it worked for them. And everyone has a different way of teaching their own strategies, but at the end of the day, it's the same outcome because. YouTube's kind of a mystery, though. Sometimes I even wonder, does YouTube know how YouTube works? Like, do they know what's going on?
We have Daryl Eves teaching YouTube, by the way, for YouTube.
He is the grandfather of YouTube. Yes. But yeah, it really is a learn from my mistakes. I do not come from a place of I am better than you. I come from a place of I've tried that. It doesn't work. Trust me, do this instead. But yes. Okay, let's see. Where did I leave off at? Oh yay, Mo's here. Yes, I'm glad I could review your channel. I hope that really helped you out. I filled out my form 2 weeks ago. I feel so bad, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, when I first did this, my thought was I'll go live for like an hour. I'll put a form. I'll get like 10 people.
Nope.
No, there was a lot more than 10 people the first time. And I was like, oh, and then it just keeps growing. And I'm like, no, stop. Yeah. Let's see. Lives are intense, my eyes, but I love the connection with the audience. So I'll take some drained eyes on yeah. You know what? I think that's what it is. We were talking about being tired from live streams, and I think it's the screens that just kind of drain you because your eyes just staring at a screen kind of gets tiring. Let's see. Hello. I don't have any questions. Just want to say thank you for this. And yeah, you have so much respect and love for your channel. She's from Nigeria. Like, love it. It's awesome. So interesting how far you can connect on YouTube. Like, I'm all the way, I almost said California. I'm not in California anymore. All the way in the US over here, being able to talk with people from like the UK and Nigeria. Like, it's just so crazy.
It is.
Let's see. Oh, consistent Ash, she left. I understand hanging with your kids. One of mine says school right now. Journaling with Nadia. If you are still here, so Nadia is one of my students. Students. Oh my God. Nadia is one of my students. And she actually has been hanging out in TubeBuddy's Discord server, and TubeBuddy contacted me via email saying that they talked to her, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so I went to their Discord to see, and this girl is sharing SEO tips, and I was so proud because it felt like, it was so professional, and I was like, I am so proud of her right now, just like going through all the tips and stuff. So
good job, Nadia.
Yeah, it was good to see. I didn't say anything then, but I was like, I see you. Proud of you.
That's awesome.
Another one, I love that you do this. Yes, Brendan also does. You do these on Sundays, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm trying to do now 9 a.m. Pacific. Okay. So I've been trying to really. I mean, it's Sunday, right? So I've been trying to figure out the best time for myself and the audience. So that might shift a little in the future, but right now I'm doing 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys like these and you want more, Brendan's. I put it in the chat so you guys can click on that, subscribe to his channel as well. He's almost at 1,000. I know you're close to your watch hours, right? Or did you hit them?
No, I'm getting close. Okay. But yeah, you have to think though, I was doing live streams once a week. So, and not posting as much as I can because of being in the military. So, but that's also an excuse because I do think there's an advantage with shorts. So I've been reevaluating, right? And not being hypocritical. So I've been trying to put more work into my channel too.
Now, I heard shorts does not count towards monetization hours. Is that true?
That is true unless somebody views it on your channel. So like
Okay.
how that one channel had it in a playlist, if they get lost in that playlist, it'll count. But in the
Got it.
short shelf, it doesn't. So what does that mean? Does that mean that it's all about views? Well, views are great if you want to be, if you can get like in the millions and start being part of this YouTube fund. I think it's what $100 million are rolling out to YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
So that's one thing. But two is, to me, YouTube Shorts are going to be great for two reasons. One is going to be for subscribers, so converting people into subscribers. So pinning your comment and letting that be, hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss future ones. Have that as your pinned comment. And then also it's a great way, not all the time, but if you have a long form video and you can make a little promo for it and or take a bit from it and then link people over to the full video. So, but yeah, watch time, not so much. Subscribers, yeah.
Got it. See, guys, we're always learning too. And it's because some things like you get mixed information sometimes. And so it's really good to have that confirmation of like, okay, have they changed things again? Because like this week has probably been my most frustrating rank, but on Instagram, because they have made so many changes in the last like 48 hours. And it's hard to keep up. Like one day it's like, we're not having a swipe up link anymore. And then it's going to be for everyone. And then literally 12 hours later, it's like, oh no, it's not for everyone. It's only for people with like X, Y, and Z. And then, yeah. So.
And I don't know if people know this either with shorts, but if you want to try to get into that program for the money, you don't need to be monetized. And that's what makes it so big. But two, if you're taking videos from TikTok, make sure that you're removing. Somebody I talked to the other day was talking to me about a program where you can remove the TikTok little logo that's in the top right or wherever it is on TikTok. But you can't just put it in a YouTube Shorts. You will be ineligible for that program if it shows TikTok or whatever Instagram reel or whatever. I'm not big on Instagram. But that's another thing. And
what about music? Now that we're on this, if you guys are interested. Yeah. Because I know like TikTok, you can have copyright music. Like that's one of their biggest thing is like trending music and stuff that you hear on the radio. But YouTube obviously has different copyright rules. So can you use like that, like copyright music, I guess, and then get into the fund? Okay.
Nope. So if you utilize, there's two different ways that you can go about doing this. If you're using and you should all be eligible for this. You guys should have it, but I'll just show you guys for the sake of this. And sorry, I'll go on and on, Tiffany, so you can cut me off.
No, you're fine. I hope you guys are getting like this is YouTube related. Hope you guys are getting value if you want to get into shorts.
So make sure you guys hit that like button. So this right here, right? You guys should probably all have that. So it says, my finger, I'm trying to do this. Everything's backwards. So right there, YouTube Shorts. And so if you're using that, then it'll give you can pick through those selection of songs that they're giving you, or you can utilize the YouTube Shorts. I would just be careful, everybody. And I mentioned this. I know some people use Epidemic Sound, so on and so forth. But there are apps out there that I've heard some horror stories of people that get rid of their subscription and they had YouTube videos and now they're getting flagged because now they no longer have that subscription. So what I would say is to play it safe, use the library on YouTube or use what they're giving you in those shorts.
Very good. All right. Again, I am late. I am late to everything. It's okay. But we are glad you are here.
What's up, man?
Yes. Okay, she's having so much fun. I'm glad you guys are having fun. Thank you so much. It took me so many tries to get a thumbnail style that I loved. Same. I don't even think I'm in love with mine. It just the click-through rate keeps saying keep making these, and so I do. I'm following the data, but I'm not in love with my thumbnails. And I think I try something new all the time, but the data just keeps saying like this works, keep doing it. So when you find something that works, don't fix it. Like what is it? Don't fix what's not broken, right?
Sounds good.
Vanessa Lau actually just went over that. She said she broke her channel because she gets bored easily and she started messing with things, even though the data told her not to. And she started seeing less views. Even her subscribers are like, this thumbnail ain't it. Like they're like, nope. Yeah. So definitely. Oh, Nadia's still here. Glad to see you in here. Sandra's loving this collab.
Hey.
Not a bot. You got this. Seems random.
All
Thank
right.
you for letting us know. Yeah. A1 squad. Hi. What is that? Someone was like, what if your computer asks if you're a robot because it's lonely? Have you seen that meme going around?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I fall down content creation rabbit holes
Oh,
sometimes.
I try
I
not
end up in
to.
like the weirdest things and I'm like, how did I get here?
Yes.
Snap tick. What is snap tick? Oh, is
Just
that to take the logo off? I think that's what she's talking about. Snap tick.
Thank you for
Okay.
sharing that, Sandra.
Thank you. Yeah. So if you guys are trying to remove your logo from TikTok to place it onto other platforms, snap tick. Because also, if you're trying to do that with Instagram, Instagram has admitted, like they straight out said, if you have a logo or a watermark, they suppress that content. Like they're not showing it to as many people. If you have low quality videos, they're not showing it to as many people. So yeah, I like that Instagram's becoming more transparent with how things work.
It's like sharing YouTube videos on Facebook. Same thing.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to some more. I have three up still. All right, so I'm I'm really bad with names, and I don't want to just shorten it to say Abby. I think it's Abisola. I'm guessing. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. You can correct me in the comments. I hate like butchering people's names because I think names are so like special, but then at the same time, not being able to hear you say it, I'm like, oh.
I've been called Brandon my whole life, so I get it.
You get it. Yeah, see, I have a simple name, so it's never been messed up. My last name, though, my maiden name, oh my God, I've had that butchered so many different times, which is why I'm so glad I married a guy who's the last name Day. You cannot get that wrong.
No.
Although people will still ask how to spell it, and I did not understand why my husband, when we were first dating, he would spell his last name to people, and I'm like, who doesn't know how to spell Day? But then it's one of those things that they're really making sure it's literally Day, D-A-Y. And I was like, oh, I get it.
Shout out to your husband too, by the way.
Yeah, I think he went to go pick up his parents. My in-laws came to town.
Very nice.
He may be home again. It's been a couple hours.
Vegas.
Okay, let's get to this one. So one, right away, I already know this is going to be mobile friendly. We can tell where it cuts off at. But then it's easy to see that you're missing your subscribe button. So if you watch the other ones, you understand putting that auto subscribe right here helps people. So this way, when they click on it, they can subscribe to your channel. Also, too, with that auto subscribe, that's not just for staying on YouTube. Like if you have Instagram and you're putting your YouTube link, have that auto subscribe, because as soon as they click that link on any other platform you're sharing on, it will automatically prompt them when they come here to subscribe to your channel before they get into your content. Let's see how, oh, she's brand new 1 month ago.
Yay.
55 subscribers. I love new channels.
Great banner.
Yes. So languages, lifestyle, vlogs, and grad school. So it tells you. The only thing is, are you teaching languages? That's the only thing I would say. What is it about languages that would get people to be like, this is what I need?
I mean, that's kind of like 4 different niches. And once again, like, I like that she at least is like, all right, cool. I think I might want to go one of these directions or maybe all of them at first, but just keep that in mind in the future. Once again, that, hey, we can merge niches, guys. You could be unique with your content, and in the end, it's you that's unique. So people subscribe to channels for you as the creator. Mm-hmm. So just think about that. But I like that she found a direction so early on. So it's good.
Yeah. And then I just can assume that you going to grad school has something to do with languages. So, maybe that's how you can connect all of these, is you're taking us through your journey in grad school with your language degree and showing a little bit of your lifestyle, in and outside of being a grad school student,
Yes.
So doing things like that instead of separating it so it feels like 4 different niches. How can I take these and turn it into one big niche and make it my own type of thing? Let's see. It's a little bit faster with newer channels because there's not a lot of content to go off of, but we'll go into her about me. So we have welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I share a glimpse of my lifestyle, some of the things I'm interested in, and of course, my journey as a grad student. There it is, journey as a grad student.
Yep.
So yeah, really putting that in your banner, journey as a grad student, and then what are you studying? And if it's languages, then my journey as a like example, language arts grad student, or whatever your, you know, degree is, what you're going for. And then put what the mission is. You know, you have those keywords here. And then I would put what your mission is. Is it to inspire other grad students, or, you know, share your journey? Like, why are you sharing your journey? Like, people forget that too. Like, when you jump on YouTube, there's a reason we're like, I want to be a YouTuber. And we don't all find that as soon as we start. Like, it took me 6 months into my YouTube channel and my motherhood channel for me to be like, this is why I'm doing this. But once I did that, I made sure to present that to people. You know, I wanted to help new moms navigate, you know, postpartum depression and anxiety and everything that comes with being a new mom. And so that's why I was doing the thing. So I told them what content you were going to get and why I was sharing that content. So think about that too when you're a lifestyle blogger. But Brendan, do you have anything to add?
Once again, welcome to the YouTube world. I'm very shocked at these channels so far that are getting started, and you guys are doing things that many channels who have been around just are completely neglecting. I've seen thousands of subscribers for channels and they have no about. So it's these little things that we can obviously improve on, but the fact that you guys are getting started doing them tells me you guys are gonna have a really fun, interesting journey ahead. That's going to be simplified if you just continue to do those little things. And those little things are the fundamentals. And Tiffany can obviously help you through that. I can help you through it, whatever. But mastering those fundamentals, that takes time. So just remember patience, and don't expect results, and don't necessarily shoot for goals that are subscriber count, right? Shoot for goals of audience retention, shoot for creating more value, niching down a little bit more over time. So I just want to say that since she's early in her journey, but congrats on getting started, and you're off to an amazing start.
Yeah, I love that you reminded not having subscriber goals. Oh my God, I drill that into my students. I'm like, instead of saying I just want to gain 1,000 subscribers, why don't you say I want to upload 2 videos, or I want to collaborate with 1 new YouTuber this month? Like, those have like such a bigger impact on your growth, and they ultimately lead to you gaining, you know, more subscribers. But it's something better to focus on because that goal has, you know, action steps behind it. You know, if you're like, I want to land 2 brand deals this month, your action steps behind that is emailing brands. So you have to put action behind your goals. And if you can't do that, then the goal's not right.
It's mindset. It's all comes down to mindset. Reverse psychology. Quit thinking of the numbers and think about, what do I need to do to get those numbers? Absolutely.
Yes. All right. We have a bigger channel here, 7.8 thousand subscribers. And we started a year ago. Congratulations. That's actually amazing growth for a year.
Wow.
And you did it with vlogs. Like, that's not easy. Vlogging, because vlogging sometimes is so much like you focused. Getting someone to commit to like your journey takes time. And the fact that you did that in a year is amazing. I have to just see what your most popular video is, though.
I was just about to say that.
Hauls. There we go. And the fact that, so here's the thing. She didn't just do hauls. She niched this down. So she's doing a bra haul, but she's doing it plus size. So taking that, now she's not competing with everyone else who's doing try on hauls, or everyone else who's doing, you know, bra hauls or anything like that, or reviews. She's specifically talking to plus size. So anyone who is a plus size viewer is going to know, okay, this is the channel for me. So
I would love, Tiffany, I want to add to that. And she didn't just do one of them, right? She's like, oh, this is taking off. She doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. So like, I think that was so strategic, so smart. Yep.
Yes. Again, do not fix what's not broken. If you notice a video is starting to trend, you better jump on that trend. Like, so many people sometimes look at outside trends, or like, how can I get onto, you know, so-and-so's channel? How can I come up on suggested under Brendan's channel? And you forget it's a lot easier to suggest your own content. So instead of thinking, how can I get on, you know, this content creator's channel, how can I get YouTube to suggest my own videos after my own videos? Like, that is the number one goal you should really have. And this is the best way to do it, is when something's trending, make more of those videos.
It's great.
So yeah, great job there. I love the banner. Travel, food, and lifestyle. I I mean, lifestyle kind of, it means anything, but the fact that your biggest videos are your hauls, and that kind of falls under like fashion and beauty. And, you know, I would have you reconsider, especially because you did double down. There's some people who accidentally go viral and then they're like, this is not what I wanted to do. They don't double down because they don't want to be known for that. But the fact that you really presented that first, is that something you want to be known for? And if so, can you put, you know, plus size lifestyle fashion or whatever it is? Because that's what your channel, I'm sure if you go into your channel analytics and you look under your search results and reach, it's going to have plus size haul or, you know, bra try on hauls. And so that little box is what YouTube is really like centering your authority in. So anytime you make a video around those keywords, your channel's going to, or your video is going to take off faster. So based off of that, I would rethink, do you want to change up your niche statement just a little bit? If not, and you want to keep it this way, that's great. But you're still making content 3 weeks ago around this. So just kind of keep that in mind.
That's amazing. That tip was money, Tiffany. Money. If you guys are in the comments, put a money sign. I'm telling you. And this is another thing. We talked earlier about the value proposition changing. That's a great example. Maybe you're trying beauty, you're trying lifestyle, you're trying food. Like, I don't know, I kind of like it all. And then boom, this, you know, the bra videos are taking off. Like, that's definitely a time to say, you know what? I might be onto something. Mm-hmm. And then your value proposition can change. And what you can do if you're doing food, if you're doing travel at that time, you can also kind of say, hey, you know, this might be one of our last ones, but I want you guys know, you know, that I'm continuing on doing this. So you can also like slowly integrate your audience to start really letting them know where you're projected for this. But a lot of times we get so lost in our current subscribers, we're not really realizing like this is a huge opportunity. But I do agree, yes, if that's not where you only want to do, or you don't want to be known as like the bra channel, right? Then I completely agree. But if not, then I think you're onto a huge advantage with that.
Yeah. And then I would, you know, say switch up and try some other hauls too, if that's something you want to do. You know, try other like stores, try other fashion. I mean, fall fashion is so big. So that's the time to really dig into, okay, what can I do for fall fashion? What can I do? You know, what is it about these videos that keep people coming back? And then how can I do that with other types of content? And then, you know, kind of, again, mixing niches if you can.
Why fall, Tiffany? Is that just another season, or is that like the one time in the year that it picks up?
I feel like it's the season. There is something about fall fashion with pumpkin spice lattes and
yeah, okay.
Especially for females, there's something about it for us where we like the layering. We like the, you know, it's not too cold. You can still have fun with it. It's all the layers, it's the colors, it's the vibes. Okay. Yeah, if there's females in there that can give a better answer, let us know in the chat. But there's just something about it. Anytime I talk to my friends, they're like, oh, fall fashion's almost here. It's almost fall. Like we're trying to break out our, our Han Solo look, our little vests with our boots early.
Yeah.
That's what everyone calls it. Yeah. Han Solo.
Okay.
Yeah. That's just Makes what it sense. Is. Yeah. But I really do think it's the layers because, fun fact, I used to be in fashion retail and stuff, but that's kind of how like you're taught is like layering pieces. So you have like your shirt, you have your pants or your bottoms, and then you have a layering piece, and then you have like your jewelry or accessories. So it kind of fits the fashion rules a little bit better. It's the only season that does that.
And it's pretty smart. You have Black Friday there, you have the holidays there. So I mean, it's probably like the start of that whole season. So I mean,
yeah. I'm actually doing a training with my students on Sunday. We're going over like the importance of holiday. And I was pulling up numbers, you guys, it is crazy. So influencer marketing is basically what we do as influencers. We share brands and products, right? They make about $5 out of every dollar that we spend. So if they pay you $1, their expected return is like $5. So, you know, multiply that, they pay you $2, it's like $1,200. So that's kind of how it works with their return on investment. During the holidays, it increases 900%, with some companies seeing like a $32 return for every dollar they spend. It's crazy. And then companies are trying to say like, oh, we don't have a marketing budget to pay influencers. I'm like, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. We know the numbers. And that's one of the reasons when I started my channel too, and I talk about like helping you grow your income, I want you to be very aware because I do work on the other side as well. I do see the numbers and I do see what brands are making and what their return is. And they're just trying to maximize that and see who will work for free. And so I do want to present that to people so you stand up for yourselves a little bit more. Even if it's $50 that you're making, it's enough to let brands know that no, you cannot use influencers for free exposure anymore. Like,
Preach.
We've had enough.
Preach.
Right? Like, no, we're not going to do it.
Timing is so important. And I
yes.
think that's timing. Yes.
Even if it's affiliate marketing, like I will negotiate that before I negotiate free exposure. Like, can I at least make money for every sale? Like, can we talk about that?
Yeah, because that's more time.
The least they can do.
That's more time that you're putting in to share a free product that you received, and they'll make the money. So, I mean, I think that's a great thing that you're preaching, Tiffany. Absolutely.
Yes. I'm going to help you guys get paid. But yeah, I mean, as far as this channel goes, you are onto something. Like he mentioned, the fact that you're doubling down on what's working on your channel. Something I would do is I would place this playlist at the top. You always want your strongest playlist at the top of your homepage so people get lost in that one. You have this here, so you're trying to promote a second channel, which is great. And you're at a spot where you're getting growth. You're here, and so promoting that is cool. If that's your goal. If your goal is solely to promote this channel and grow this channel, then I would just kind of move your second channel down on the homepage a little bit more because you don't want to take people away. Even if it's to your own content, you just don't want to take people away. And then just adding that YouTube button here. Again, unless your goal is to grow on Instagram, YouTube's all platforms are stingy. They don't like people leaving. So the more that your channel can keep people there, the more your channel will be rewarded.
Do you think it's more welcoming if since it's a vlog channel, if she showed her image in the banner as well?
Yes. Yeah, I would definitely say, because this is so small. And
I
on
agree.
mobile, it's even smaller. So having your photo here, it's fun. It's different. It's, it shows your personality. It's easier to connect with you because that's the first thing we see is your banner. And so if I saw your face and you're smiling and I'm like, hey, I like this vibe. Let me go ahead and like watch the rest. Yeah. So we're emotion-based creatures. Like we like to connect with people.
I'm an emotional dude, so I can agree with that.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Next channel, we have unboxings with Mary. Okay. If you have a channel like this, there's no banner here. So we'll get into that in a second. But if you have a channel name like this, every video should be an unboxing. But that's all I'm going to say before we get started. But let's see when we don't see subscriber numbers, but we can still see when you started 9 months ago. So less than a year. And it looks like her niche has changed a couple of times. So 4 months ago is when she started the unboxings. So we can kind of go from 4 months ago. I'll let you.
All right, go ahead, Audie.
Let's see. So one, I would say a banner. A banner is always going to be great. And, it doesn't have to, even if you're like getting new to this, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just at least having your channel name and your niche statement on your banner is great. And then the fact that you've drastically changed your niche and you have unboxings with Mary, you want to make sure that that is the only content you have. And you want to think about hiding anything that doesn't flow with that. Unless you are going to be a variety channel or more lifestyle channel, then, you want to get rid of the unboxings. But this is a niche statement. This is going to help you rank. So anytime people put unboxings and you start to create more content, that's going to come up. But you still have, you have weekly grocery haul, and that doesn't fit within this niche. So basically you're confusing the algorithm and you're pulling in two different directions because you're pulling to two different target audiences. My name is Mary. I do monthly subscription boxes, unboxings, Ipsy, honest reviews, whether good or bad. So, I mean, this is a really good statement too. And you even have here like exactly what you're doing. So if it's specific to like beauty unboxings, I would put that like when you create your banner, kind of put that in your banner. Let's see. Hauls and reviews. I'm assuming you're doing, you know, the hauls, like unboxings and hauls. So this is just extra keywords. And then I love that you have this honest reviews, good or bad. I know a lot of people who, if you ever, this goes for anyone, if you're ever doing reviews, like company reviews, product unboxings, and you've purchased it with your own money and it is not sponsored, put unsponsored somewhere, either in the title or in the thumbnail, because people are more likely to click on your video and watch versus a sponsored video, because there's just this connotation that if it's sponsored, all we do is give good reviews. And it shouldn't be the case. You should never do that. You should never just give a rave review just because it's sponsored. You always want to be 100% honest. But when you do things like that, just putting unsponsored or not sponsored, that can help you get more views too. But it's hard to go off of subscribe. Like we can't tell how well you're doing because we don't know how many subscribers you have based on the views. I mean, if you had 1 subscriber and 28 views, that's great. If you have 100,000 subscribers and 28 views, that's a different story. So it's always harder when you don't show your subscriber count. But Brendan, anything from you?
Sure. So one of the things, it is personal preference on showing subscriber count.
Yeah.
I lean more against it. We're doing honest box reviews, honest box reviews. And I do think there's a level of honesty with subscribers too. And I say that because a lot of times, let's say you're getting close to 100, you know, people may be like, wow, this is really good stuff. Like I want to support this channel and help them get to that point. And you may even get some shares in there, you know, so I'm more of a fan of showing subscriber count for sure. And I do think it does help. I know people have experimented with that in the past. I'll go on and on, but anyways, I would just say reconsider showing your subscriber count. And next, the thing that kind of stood out to me, it was the thumbnails. You can, just get a free background eraser, and you could try that, right? Experiment with your thumbnails, find your own little way of doing it. But with the shadow in the background, even the white wall, like it's fine, but sometimes it's hard to see you in the images and along with the text, because the text is kind of crammed together or it's really small. I like that you're kind of putting the text box behind it, but even still, it's hard to see. So, and we're viewing it on desktop. So that's something to consider, because 60% of people, like we talked about earlier, are going to be viewing this on mobile. So if it's hard to see on computer, it's going to be almost impossible to see on mobile. And I would just say over time, I don't know, can you go back to one of the oldest videos?
Let's see. It's a lot of grocery hauls.
Okay, and let's just scroll down. Okay, we have 8 months. Okay, yep, just keep going. And so I'm seeing a consistency from 8 months ago to today. So what I would say moving forward is that's something that you're going to want to probably invest more time in, because I really love to see, we were talking about that earlier as well. It's kind of like that, the path of improvement. So we want to see that over time. So I would say maybe start, take the images like you're doing like prior. That's really good. And then maybe try to erase the background, see how that works. I'm not saying that's always the route to go, because a lot of times people love that homey feel. They'll know it's you. But at the same time, like the red text, it's hard to read. And so I would think of your thumbnails before you hit record, and don't let it be an afterthought. So the more we do before we hit record and the more we do before we hit publish, it's going to just set you up for more success. So I would just think in the future, just think more thumbnail, because we want you to get the click. You can have the best video in the world, but if somebody doesn't click it, they don't see it. So I just want you to think of that moving forward.
Yeah, and I mean, I make all of my thumbnails before I have a full SEO day, so all of my videos are planned out for a month. On one day, I know exactly what I'm going to be shooting. I know what my titles are going to be. I know what my thumbnails are going to look like. Even if I'm not taking it, I mock it up, so I know that the day of, okay, this is how you have to take your picture. But in order to do that, I look to see what's already ranking in search, because that's who I'm competing with.
Yes.
So for instance, if you're doing Stitch Fix unboxings, just look it up. and then say, especially the top 3, what are they all doing correct, right? There's something, the top 3, they're doing right because that's why they're ranking top 3. So what do they all have in common? And what do they have that's different? And then what can I do to stand out? And that one thing I was talking about, not sponsored, right? And she is the number 1 spot, and she has not sponsored in her thumbnail. This person, Stitch Fix, really big. Like you can't get away with that. And then she has July 2021 on the box. I love that because they don't have the dates on the box, but this person, now I know if I'm coming in December and I see this, probably not a box I want because this is going to be summer clothing. But if I'm coming in June and maybe she has an early box, I'm like, oh, I want to see what, is on next month. And then is this a 5 for 5? That's a question. So you're kind of like, well, what's a 5 for 5, right? So that's obviously a term for Stitch Fix. But again, she has the, and she did this, not even her box. She pulled this from the internet and, pieced it together. So really thinking about that, we see the expressions in their face. Like, what are they all doing correct?
Look at the views, Tiffany, and look at the third. This is a good example. Look at number 3, 962 views. Okay.
3 days.
1.42 thousand subscribers. And now on the flip side, you have the one under her who has 6.5 thousand views, but also has less subscribers. So even though, just something to consider, guys, you could still rank and search without having thousands and thousands of subscribers and finding those similarities. Absolutely. So learning from this, how can I make mine even better than theirs?
So. Yeah, and if you're wondering how does somebody with lower views get outrank bigger channels, it's simply the fact that they have a higher CTR, so more people are clicking on their videos when it's being presented in either search, browser, suggested, and they have a longer retention rate. So people are watching their video for a longer period of time, although this person may have, more views, maybe half of those people left within the first 30 seconds, while, her 962 people stayed at least 50% of her video. So, that's why it's so important to really think about your thumbnail and not having it as an afterthought, like Brendan said. And then really too, the next thing should be your scripting. Like hitting record is one of the last steps besides publishing or editing and publishing your video. So, plan out all your SEO, mock up your thumbnail, really see what's happening and watch these videos to kind of see. I don't watch it to okay, let me write down exactly what they said and copy them. But I watch it to see, okay, how many times did they transition in the first 30 seconds? What did they open up and how did they say it? What are they showing? What are people in their comment section saying? Are they saying that they love a certain part? Are they saying they wish they would have showed something else? And I'm taking all those notes down and I'm making my video even better because you have to be first or you have to be better. So
if you're not first, you're last.
Yes. And on YouTube, we're all last because it's been around for 20 years.
I know.
Right. Okay, how are you on time?
I'm hanging
Brendan?
out.
Oh, you're good.
I'm chilling.
Okay. Want to do 3 more? I know, guys. Sorry.
Yep. So the kids might walk in. They're coming back from school, but that's okay.
I know. That's why I'm 3 more because my daughter is getting out of school.
Yeah, soon. But that's at after. She'll probably be here 3:30. So no, I still have time.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Our kids get out at the same time. I say kids. I only have one. Yeah. I don't know if this is his channel. Sports people. I just put niche you're in and it says sports people. I'm guessing it's this one. Yep, I see sports. We're going to go with this one. If it's not, I'm sorry. It didn't have a channel link, so I had to search for name.
And if you guys in the chat, if you know anybody else, and maybe you're watching this on replay, and you know somebody else that's looking for a review, please share this out. Let your community know, and because that's what it's all about, helping each other and helping them grow the right way. So.
Yes. And then make sure too, Brendan also does these. He's more consistent with his as well. So if you're looking for someone who does live streams more often, you have Brendan. I have his link in the chat for you guys. We're going to go to the chat itself. Well done, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I love, you guys are just so nice. How did we get so lucky? You have one of the best communities too. I love going to your streams and I just say hi and everyone's like, hey, and I'm like, oh, I love this. Your community is great.
Yeah, so is yours.
All right. Hello, Lady D. How are you? Fun with Sierra. Hello. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Let's see. Okay, when it comes to fall, what is it about fall? There is your answer. Accessories. It's the layering. That's what it is. What do you have to do to get a channel review? I have a form. Probably not going to get to the rest of you guys today. So we're finishing up our last 3, but I can still give you the form, fill it out. It stays in there. I don't delete it. And then we'll come get to you. That was it. I think we're dwindling. What's funny is I still see 13 people watching. Thank you guys. They're just enjoy listening to us. Having you on here is amazing.
Thank you. And I challenge everybody. Like, if you even got advice today and tips, I think it'd be great for them to come back in like a couple months, and put in another request. So that way, I think that's the best thing. It's kind of like helping a patient in the hospital and then they just leave and then you don't get to see if they're all right now. It's going to be really great for you guys to come back and Tiffany will be able to see the improvements you guys are making. So I challenge all of you guys for sure.
Yeah, I love it. Actually, I got I swear it's like people always are on like the same wavelength. I was getting DMs yesterday from, and I love it. I'm not complaining, guys. I love this. DMs from subscribers showing me like their recent results, their recent video, like their growth, like they're ranking first. And I love seeing that. Yeah, because it's like sometimes we can question ourselves. I know I do, where I'm like, are my tips really working?
Tiffany, I have less than 1,000 subscribers and I give YouTube tips. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I can definitely understand how people can feel that way, but know your value, understand it, and just be patient,
Yeah, and so just seeing like your guys to say like, oh my God, I used your tip from your last video and this worked. And I'm like,
yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That's what makes my job so amazing.
100%.
I always say like your wins are like ultimately my best wins. Like I could care, not that I don't care about you guys or my numbers, but growing to 100,000 subscribers on me, that used to be my goal last year. I was like, I want to get 100,000 subscribers. And there's something that just switched recently where I'm like, I want to help 100,000 people reach their subscriber count. Like that's the difference. Like I am a cheerleader and I want to see other people win. And then that's ultimately like my own win. It's crazy.
And that's what we're here for, right? So
yes. Is this the pronunciation? Abisola? Did I say it right again? I wish we could like on Google where it's like press for pronunciation. Okay. Let's see. We have another newer channel. Mathew here. Mathew looks younger too. So we have 131 subscribers. Looks like we're into sports, and he started a year ago. So based off of this, it looks like he's tried out a couple things. But first of all, I would have never, I don't know how old you are. You look pretty young. I would have never jumped on YouTube at this age.
Wow.
Like,
it's a new generation though.
Amazing. I know. Their confidence is something to admire sometimes.
Yes.
Like they don't care. They're just like, I'm gonna do this. So congratulations for showing up and doing something. It's not easy. Getting on here and making videos, it's not easy. Okay, so I have a thought, but I feel like I talked a lot the last 2, so go ahead.
All right. So Mathew, once again, yes, welcome. Congrats. Sky's the limit for you, man. Sky's the limit. When it comes to your channel, my first thought by looking at your uploads was that we're looking at sports content. But as we kind of started going down the list, I started seeing some Among Us and some gaming. So in your banner, cute doggy, but and that's from last Christmas. So I'd probably say update your banner. But the main thing is, more importantly than anything, Mathew, it's like, what do you have the most fun doing, right? What do you love doing? And because we're talking a review right now, right? So if you want to grow on YouTube, and that's what we're trying to help you do, then are you going to do sports? Are you going to do gaming? What kind of content do you have the most fun doing? And or what do you know the best? So because once again, Matthew, in these reviews, we were talking a little bit about it before, and that's if you are doing sports videos and then your next video is going to be on gaming, people may not be coming for the gaming. They may be coming for the sports. So I think just over time, just consider that. But I love that you're getting started now. You have over 100 subscribers. So super congrats for that. Obviously, you know how to entertain. Obviously, you're having fun making content. So don't give up on that. All right. And once again, don't get lost in the numbers. I just want to say big congrats to you, man, for what you're doing. I'm sure you're doing your parents proud, and I'm happy you're keeping your mind busy during these times too. So, but besides, it looks like you're starting to get into the sports. So if that's kind of like the redirection that you're thinking of going, maybe throw in a couple, put your picture, put something in the banner to let us know, hey, we're going to be doing sports. And what is it about sports that kind of sets you apart? Like the one kid who knows sports, you know, or something like what is it that kind of, I guess, sets you apart, right? So I don't think I need to go in too much detail. I think at the age you're at, I think over time, what you want to probably post is going to change multiple times. I just think it's super exciting that you're getting started now, and I mean, that's really, I think, all I can really think about, because other than that, I don't want to dive too much into the analytical things and like the titlings and stuff. I just want you to over time just get more comfortable in front of camera, if you're not already, and just minor things really at this point, because like she said, like Tiffany said earlier, you know, you're going to be able to bring how many other kids are around you actually making channels? No, most of them are actually watching them. So I think you just having one, and over time being able to share that with your friends and say, hey, come check out my channel, I think that's going to be really great. So just keep having fun making content and keep following your passions, and I think naturally you're going to improve over time. And that's really what I have, Tiffany.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing was just the banner not lining up with the type of content. So again, we want to be mindful of that. And, you know, it looks like you were testing out some things, but you're becoming more consistent now. And, you know, here we see how good are the Dolphins going to be, how good are the Chicago Bears going to be. So it looks like you're doing predictions type, commentary type. You know, for your thumbnails, you probably don't need to add the players like this if you have the logo. If you're going to add players, then just do players really big, because then you don't need the logo. I mean, sports fans, we can tell who a player is, type of thing. And then I mean, this is exciting. And you're starting right now. Football season just started. I'm actually a really big football fan. So, you know, seeing this and, you know, you're getting into it. If you do those weekly commentaries, if you do those, you know, what is it afterwards? Like they do the round table type thing and they break down after the game. I think that would be really good for you. And the fact that you are you're younger doing this, that one thing is setting you apart is, you know, it's coming from I don't want to say a child. I hate that, but it's coming from a younger perspective versus, you know, when you have ex NFL players and things like that. So
I would like to see, because I didn't mention it before, but when you put the cursor over the thumbnail, he's showing himself in the videos. So what I want to tell you, man, is so there is free background erasers if you would like to use them. All right, you can literally look it up, background eraser. Talk to your parents first, and then once you do you do that, you could put yourself, because you're already showing yourself in your images, but we can't see you.
yeah.
So it'd be really cool, and we use this app called Canva. So I mean, there's little things that you can do over time just to think about, because I like that you made the image really big of the sports, right? But it would be kind of cool to see you give a thumbs up or maybe point to it or things like that. That's just something to just consider if you're looking at improving, just because we can't really see your image. So that's really it. I don't want to go too much detail on this.
But no, I mean, the fact that you got started, that is half the battle.
Yes.
So great job, Matthew. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. We have, Shardea. I think XO Shardea. If I say names wrong, I'm sorry. Oh, these thumbnails. I was not prepared for those thumbnails. This is like really good. So in the motherhood community, this is very typical, normal type of styling here. So it looks like you have you been on the platform for a while? Let's see. 2 years. Took a little bit of a break, came back last year. looks like you're going pretty strong for the past year. And you can see like it's changed. So you've tried a couple of different styles and then you keep coming back to that one. And that, I swear that's like all of us. Like we try to switch things up. We're like, maybe this thumbnail will work better. And then you just come back to the styling. The only thing I would add is things like this. It's really small. And then being in the lower right-hand corner, it's covered by the timestamp. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. And then just have them bigger. If you're going to have words, let us be able to read them. If they're small like that, like this, you actually don't even need words. The fact that you have, you know, the clothes right there, or you could just do, you know, girl clothing haul, whatever it is. But people will know that's a clothing haul, then they're going to read your title.
And I don't like getting lost in old content, but if we are especially starting to see, like Tiffany, like you know that your thumbnails that you have now are working, right? And you found your groove and it's working with YouTube. We can go back and update our old thumbnails. I just don't want you guys to get lost in that because we want to spend more time on future videos. But it, you know, that's not going to ruin your spot or rank. I mean, if you do start messing with your titling, that's a different ball game. But just food for thought, you know, if you're like, hey, like I think this video is really good, but I'm not gaining the clicks. Maybe just, especially now, it may not take you as long to make thumbnails. You can always go back and update them. Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah. And when you do that, start with the ones that are still getting views or the ones that are performing well. They're just not winning the clicks. And something that I used, I actually made a whole video on this, but if you have TubeBuddy's Legend license, you can go to their click magnet tool.
Yes.
Oh, I'm on my motherhood channel. Let's see what I have not looked at this channel in a while.
Oh man.
Oh no. Let's see what this is gonna say. Okay, so different rankings here. So there's power rankings, element or expector. So this is actually if you're looking to see, okay, how do I make my thumbnails? It'll tell you like this word gets you more clicks in your thumbnail. Being this close to the camera gets you more clicks in your thumbnails. Like it literally breaks down like the best part of your thumbnails, and then you can kind of just put it together. But I actually like going to the CTR opportunities. Because this tells me this video, I didn't even think about this video. This video apparently does really well when I get people to click on it. But the fact that it's only at a 1.09% click-through rate, like no one's clicking on it. Like the thumbnail, this is, you can't even read this. Don't know what I was thinking. So, you know, if I was to change anything and change my styling, I would go back and fix this thumbnail because it's telling me that if I just got more people to click, this video would get more views and would do better. So that's something to think about. If you guys are on the fence about upgrading to Legend, it's so worth it. There are so many little tools. And I always say this. I know a lot of people say that I purchased TubeBuddy, but it doesn't work, but maybe it's because I use the free version. The free version and the paid version do not work any better than the other one. It's exactly the same. The only thing is when you get the paid version, you get extra perks. So you get like this tool, you get the A/B testing tool, you get, the SEO studio. So you just get more tools. It's not like, oh, you're only using the free version, so our keyword research tool is not going to work for you as well. Like TubeBuddy's not doing that.
Can I say one thing on that, Tiffany?
Yeah.
So the one thing that does for me is the weighted versus unweighted. So if
Yes.
you are using the keyword research tool, unweighted is not going to gather the data for your channel specifically. It's giving you general YouTube, what generally is being looked at with YouTube. So just keep that in mind because when you do upgrade, and I think it's the cheaper one, it might even be the $5 one. Is it the is it the Pro? So I mean, when you do make that, then it's gathering your data because you could be getting 80% unweighted, but then when you go to weighted, it's like 20. So that I think does help. But I think getting started, do free first, right? Do as much as you can for free. And then when you're like, I'm serious about this, then get more serious.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is what I look for if I'm like, okay, I need to go back and like update some thumbnails. I don't want to go, especially on this channel, I have over 300 videos. I am not updating all of those. But on the other one, I only have 100 and I want to say my, first 20 are in the old thumbnail style. So going back to fix those to make them look, cohesive, not a big deal. But if you have a really large library, just look at the videos that are doing well. If you don't have this tool, what you can do is go into your analytics and under real time, go under see more. And this right here will tell you in real time which of your videos is still getting views in the last 48 hours and last 60 minutes. And we see here, I made this video in 2019. It's 2021 right now. And it's still consistently getting views. In the last 48 hours, it has over 3,000 views. So this is a video, if I wanted to go switch things up and change the thumbnail, this is a video that I would go do that for. So that's another thing that you guys can do as well.
Wow.
This is the video that holds my channel.
That's amazing.
Thank you. I studied a lot. This was, I think, the very first video where I really was like, I started to understand SEO. I studied it. I, really looked at the thumbnails that were in search. I really wanted to stand out more. And it did not happen overnight. If we look at the analytics, this video, it took a little bit of time. I mean, it was kind of like, okay, it's kind of going there. It took 42 days before I started to really see growth and traction. So if your video does not go viral in 24 hours, don't worry. Most of them don't.
1.4 mil. Look at that.
Yeah.
That thumbnail though. I mean, that is like the red arrow. I mean, just everything, like a before and after. That is a really good thumbnail.
Thank you. It's my baby on this channel.
Yeah.
Very protective of this one. I've actually studied a couple. If you guys, I know there's a lot of motherhood vloggers in here, but when we talk about don't fix what's not broken, obviously my breastfeeding videos and tips and things like that, those are what really took this channel off. But anytime I did that, I tried to do like the exact same type of styling, and it worked. I mean, I had like an updated one, and I try to spread it out so it's not always there. But I mean, these are and they all do the same thing. It takes a little bit of time. Like it does not happen overnight, and then you just start to kind of see that gradual like trend upwards. So it's just
you're not active on that one anymore, right?
No, I'm thinking about coming back just as like a fun vlogging. No pressure. No, I like not looking at sub growth, not doing SEO, just something for me.
Sure.
But I just have to get into the right mindset. That motherhood community can mess with your mindset sometimes, like comparison to the max. So if anyone else, and I say this not to like scare you off if you're a motherhood channel, but to like let you know that's normal if you're feeling that way. I don't know what it is. And I think it's just as women, we're kind of prone to kind of compare ourselves a little bit more to other women. And there's just something about the community and having that perfect picture that when you don't have it, you feel like you're falling apart. And so, yeah, it's just taken a while to be like, I don't have the perfect house and, the perfect aesthetics. And I am not a Pinterest mom, but I'm proud to be an Amazon Prime mom. So
isn't 2021 all about relatability though?
Yes.
So
and I am loving that more. I am loving that people are like, we are done with the curation. Yes. Just show us who you are, Yes. Okay. So I keep trying to scroll up. So that's the first thing I'm going to say on here. I can't see what this says. So for your banner, we just want to, I'm pretty sure it's your name based off of here. But you just want to be mindful of when you're placing text in your banner. I lost track of my thought. That it is readable. And something that you guys can do is if you Google, it's like, what is this? It's like channel art, right? Channel art. Mm-hmm. Like YouTube. Okay. Just Google this the next time you guys make your banner. Literally just download this. And whatever you use, I use Canva. So when I'm making mine, I will just upload this to Canva and I place it over my banner to make sure I'm in the lines. So this is viewable on desktop. So the most important information should go here. If that's like your name and your niche statement and how often you upload. And then this is like desktop. So if you want to put, anything else here, social proof, if you're like a business channel, so like where you were featured at, pictures of your family, if you're a family vlogger, and then over here, just make sure you have that subscribe button. So that's kind of how I know that's how I do it. I don't know if anyone else does this, but that'll help you guys stay in. And then usually nobody really views your channel from TV. They may be watching your videos, but they're hardly ever clicking on the video. So you don't need to put any text here, but you can just have like a background color to keep it like cohesive. So that is something to think about, just like resizing here. Again, the YouTube subscribe button here. I mean, this is a newer channel though. 102 subscribers in 10 months.
How many videos?
But not a lot of videos. So consistency is kind of, I mean, it looks like they're doing once a month at least.
Okay.
And then this last month, it looks like they started to be more consistent.
Okay.
So basically, it's a brand new channel a month ago.
Yep. So I don't know. I thought the channel was going to be a lot more about hair, based off the picture.
Yes.
But we kind of, and that's also, I think, typical for getting started, because you're like, maybe I want to do hair, maybe I don't. So we've been talking about that a lot today. So, your birthday shoot. Okay, cool. Then we're doing a makeup tutorial. And then we're talking about, what was the one I saw? Like the one closer to the top right, like topics like that. But I won't say it. And then, just things like that. And I think you're just trying to find your groove, which is fine. But, if you are going to make maybe general topics, and maybe let your banner kind of sing that a little bit, at least for now. And then as you figure it out, go ahead and push for that. But there's not too much to say, I think, at this point.
And I would say, it looks like, you did take a break, but you came back. Private this video, just because, especially, you don't have a lot of content, but at any point in time, our videos live on forever. Like, they're on there, they can continue to get I mean, I have the most random recommendations. Sometimes I'll go on there and it's like a video from 11 years ago. YouTube just decided to recommend to everybody. Like, it happens. And so the worst thing you want to do is start to build your channel and grow, and then YouTube starts recommending this channel, and then people are going to be like, oh, she's quitting, because not everyone looks at how old that video was. So if you are coming back and you want to make this, a thing, which I assume you do, if you have a channel review, go ahead and just private this video, take it down. And then, it looks like you've been more consistent, and it looks like you're going the beauty route here. So I would definitely say, continue with that. And then just think about, it's everyone's personal decision. If you are going beauty and that's what you want to be known for, stay consistent with that, and then just private any other video that does not fall in line with that, especially because you don't have a ton of content. So right now is the time to clean it up. And it's a lot easier for you to train the algorithm than if you were to leave all of these videos that don't make sense and then try to grow a beauty channel.
Yep.
And that goes for anyone. If you ever have a video that you feel just is pulling the algorithm in a different direction than what you want to go, I know it is hard to private videos because you lose those public views, although they're still there on YouTube. You lose the public views, you lose those watch hours, but doing something like that can help you out so much faster, because the algorithm now is like, okay, she's consistent because she's not getting views from this video anymore. And it's being sent to the main target audience that you're trying to really target, instead of trying to be like, okay, this random video of my dog that I walked that went viral for no reason 5 years ago is still up there, trying to compete with that. It's going to be a lot harder. And I still go through and on my motherhood channel, like I said, I'm thinking about coming back. I've been going through and like, does this make sense to my niche anymore? Does this make sense to my niche anymore? Like, just sometimes you just got to delete those videos.
Yep. Great tip.
And then, same thing here. Just add a little bit more information about, the value proposition that you're going to give, who your audience is. Let's see, lifestyle beauty blogger. It says, I've got amazing content on my channel. Great. Explain what that amazing content is. Is it, hair tutorials, beauty tutorials? What are you teaching us? Don't just say it's amazing content. Explain why it's amazing. And you should win that subscription a lot faster.
Everybody's idea of consistency is also different, because also every niche is different, and everybody has different schedules. We're both parents up here, myself and Tiffany. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, if you were to ask me the general answer, I would say try to post at least once a week. That's ideal. But I mean, if you're a stop motion animation channel, I probably wouldn't suggest that. So just take that with a grain of salt. But once a month, in my opinion, it's not going to bring you as much traction. It's not going to be as much analytics to really go off of, and it's going to be harder probably for growth. So just keep that in mind.
Yes. Owen asked, how do you get so much subs? If you're asking about the motherhood channel that I just presented, that channel is 3.5 years old. So it's time. And honestly, I think 28,000 subscribers in 3 years isn't as well as some people that I've seen. But I haven't been consistent on that channel lately, but it really came down to, I saw growth on that channel when I niched down and I thought about my viewer. So instead of just saying I'm a motherhood lifestyle channel, I said my target audience is new moms who are specifically struggling with A, B, and C, and this is the value I'm going to give them. So once you get that specific with your channel, especially as a newer channel, you'll start to see growth a lot faster.
I love that picture too from Owen the King. That's super funny.
Oh yeah.
Abisola. That's awesome.
Hello, we have Keys in here. How are you? And then Sandra asked, can you suggest mom channels for me to check out for inspo? I'm already sub to you. Thank you, Sandra. Also, I'm going to completely brain fart and not think of a single motherhood channel right now. I'm just being honest. No, but it kind of depends on what you're looking for. And I'd love to chat with you more on Instagram. So if you send me a DM and my brain will work better there, I promise. But there's so many different motherhood channels. There's mom channels who do decorating and cleaning, and then there's mom channels who are just authentic and funny, and then there's ones that do mental health. There's some that do all things toddler related, organizing your home. There's so much. I feel like the motherhood community could literally break off and make their own little YouTube, and we would have a gaming mom and car building mom. You would have so many different things. But yeah, if there's a specific niche or genre or sub niche, I should say, that you're looking into, I can definitely recommend more moms. And maybe I'll make a video out of that. Mom YouTubers to watch.
There you go.
Thank you, Sandra. Know what I'm filming this weekend. All right, guys. But there is no more questions. So I'm going to end this right here before I start getting bombarded with a ton more questions. If you filled out the form, I did not delete anything. I promise I am trying to do these more often. So I'll probably be here again next Friday, same time. But Brendan, his link is in the chat. He is going live on Sunday. So thank you, Brendan, for helping me out today. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, I had a lot of fun. Tiffany, thank you for having me. Navigating YouTube community. Thanks for having me as well. Keep hosting and improving. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.